What else could we put? I have a mind to just put like a HP plus 30 just to give her even more headroom in terms of HP. Once we double it. Obviously you could try to put things like, I think for her, because we're not going to attack, I'm hoping she wouldn't get dispelled. So I don't think we need like auto abilities like this. Yeah, that's why I'm trying my best not to super overthink this, because I'm like, a lot of this might be redundant depending on how she behaves. So we'll see. I'm just going to throw this on there. We've got the slot. Let's just, it gives a pretty beefy amount of HP once you double it. And she doesn't have death protection, but we'll cross that bridge. We literally have to make it to the 3rd form first, and we definitely haven't done that yet. Actually, one thing I could do also is... Where's alchemy? Did I not get the stamina? Or am I misremembering? That was healing water, right? Yeah, healing waters. Okay, let's just create a fresh save here. Yeah, she doesn't have the best in terms of this stuff, but I guess like evade and counter and stuff she just doesn't really need. It doesn't help. Hey, Soft Cactus, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Yeah, I don't think there's much she can do. Overdrive mode. I guess they're not going to be suffering from very much. Maybe if Orin had Sufferer, you could do that, but... Let's just keep it like this for now. I'm not sure. One of these might work better. But we're not going to be able to afflict many statuses. Yeah. Okay. Hey Ren, welcome to the stream as well. Even if you're just lurking, that's all good. Thank you for joining us. So yeah, I think for now at least, let's just go in like this and see what's going to happen. We've got to start from somewhere. No first strike for Yuna, but whatever. I don't know if you get some kind of auto first strike maybe on this one. Is it one of those fights? Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, so let's watch this scene in full and have our first try, and we'll see where we go from there. Basically, because Riku gets the first turn, that's why I don't want to put Tidus first. Riku gets the first turn, maybe she tosses a stamina tonic, and then Tidus is going to be in the lineup instead of Yuna. That's what I was thinking ahead to. Let's just start. It's fine. We're not going to win on this attempt anyway. Hey Zara, welcome to the stream. Good to see you.
Have you chosen the one to become your faith? Who will it be?
Might I ask something first? Will Sin come back even should I use the final summoning to defeat it?
Sin is eternal. Every Aeon that defeats it becomes Sin in its place. And thus is Sin reborn.
So that's why Jack became Sin.
Sin is an inevitable part of Spira's destiny. It is never-ending.
Never-ending? But if we atone for our crimes, Sin will stop coming back, yeah? Someday it'll be gone, yeah?
Will humanity ever attain such purity?
This This cannot be! The teachings state that we can exorcise sin with complete atonement! It's been our only hope all these years!
Hope is comforting. It allows us to accept fate, however tragic it might be.
No! Where is the sense in all this? Braska believed in Yevon's teachings and died for them. Jack believed in Braska and gave his life for him.
They chose to die because they had hope. Yevon's teachings and the final summoning give the people of Spira hope. Without hope, they would drown in their sorrow. Now choose. Who will be your faith? Who will be the one to renew Spira's hope?
No one. I would have gladly died. I live for the people of Spira, and would have gladly died for them. But no more. The final summoning is a false tradition that should be thrown away.
No. It is our only hope. Your father sacrificed himself to give that hope to the people, so they would forget sorrow.
Wrong. My father wanted to make Spiro's sorrow go away, not just cover it up with lies.
Sorrow cannot be abolished. It is meaningless to try.
My father, I loved him. So I will live with my sorrow. I will live my own life. I will defeat sorrow in his place. I will stand my ground and be strong. I don't know when it will be, but someday I will conquer it. And I will do it without false hope.
Poor creature. You would throw away hope. Well, I will free you before you can drown in your sorrow. It is better for you to die in hope than to live in despair. Let me be your liberator.
Now! This is it! Now is the time to choose. Die and be free of pain, or live and fight your sorrow. Now is the time to shape your stories. Your fate is in your hands.
Yuna needs Kimahri. Kimahri protect Yuna.
Well, I'm fighting.
I can't believe we're gonna fight Lady Yunalesca. Give me a break.
You can always run.
Ha! I'd never forgive myself. No way. Not if I ran away now. Even in death, yeah?
My thoughts exactly.
Yuna! This is our story. Now let's see this thing through together.
Hell yeah, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, you have just witnessed peak. But you're about to witness the depths of despair probably as I try to do this now. Okay, so let's take a look. So we've got our 2 first strikes here, then 3 Yunalesca turns. 2, 3. Oh my god, no. Okay, she trades 4 to 1 with Riku. Holy crap. Yeah. So look at the top of the CTB here. You've got a Riku turn. Then you've got Yuna, then Yunalesca, and then 2 more Yunalesca turns at the bottom of that bit. And then another one, and then Riku. Oh man. That's bad. So I think it increasingly gets to the stage where you have to try and like automate the fight as much as possible, because you're just not going to get turns to do shit. And that's why I'm thinking like maybe you need like triple death proof for this fight, because she takes so many turns back to back. It's like, how can you like swap out party members and prepare yourself for mega death with any consistency? I don't know. This looks very bad, and that's just compared to Riku. Compared to Auron, it's ignore the first turn, I think, a little. Well, don't ignore it. 4 turns there, 5 turns. Yeah, so I think she's trading like basically 5-1 with Auron. Hoo-wee. Okay. In any case, let's make a start. But hey, there's been other fights where I've kind of made a start and thought, holy shit, this is pretty impossible. Like, how the hell am I supposed to win? But you find a way. Sometimes. Sometimes you just don't. We're just going to have to see. One thing I do want to pull up is Yunalesca's stats here. Just want to have a look at a couple of things. Yeah, the only negative status that she has is Threaten. Just wanted to make sure there wasn't like breaks or something I could do just in case. And even Threaten has a 25% chance. Okay. Yeah. I spent a lot of time playing the Masters Challenge mod. Yeah, I'm misusing Threaten. So now we're going to have to take a bit of time and prepare ourselves. Now, again, you guys are going to have to remind me. I want to do a mix that just has, like, Protect and Shell, and that's it. I don't want the haste. Yeah, how do we do that one? I assume we're going to have to use one of these, but then it's just like a potion, like the lowest, one of the lowest stuff we can find. Antidote, something like that. Red Sphere plus Distiller. Fine. I guess even that one might be too strong. Do we have any Distillers left? Yeah, seriously. There's just too many bloody combinations. I can obviously look it up on my phone, but I think part of the point of having a live audience where a lot of people know their shit or can look it up also is just that you get to have them help you out as well. It's more engaging, no? So Red Sphere plus Distiller gives us Mighty Wall. I'm assuming that Carithian's right, otherwise we're going to have to start all over again. So now, this slap, is that a Dispelling one already? I think in the second form, it doesn't do that. Let's just double check it. Yeah, so that's a Dispelling slap. That's the problem. I think we need to kind of get through this first form pretty fast. Yeah, I think that was a bad move. That was a bad move. Yeah, I forgot. Basically, I made a note of her patterns for the second and third form just so I don't forget them. Assuming the first form's already a little bit of a bypass. I mean, it is, to be fair. But I just have to remember to not do things that she can dispel in the first form. So I need to work on things like... Wait, is Riku still in Tactician? Did I not change her? Her overdrive isn't going up at all. That's not right. If she can't get an overdrive, we can't use her. properly in this fight. She's supposed to give everybody like cheer and stuff as well. Oof. And she does have a pretty bad crit bonus as well. Yeah, I think this has already been a bad start. And Riku's dead. I think we already need to restart here. That was a bad start. And the problem is, once Riku goes down once, I basically used the wrong mix. I should have used the one that does 5 times cheer instead of Mighty Wall. And well, when you're trying to do a challenge that's this crazy, like the margins are very small. Okay, she just about survived. But her overdrive is not going up, so something's also gone wrong there. Crap. I'm going to start this one again. I'm going to put cutscene remove on as well. Like, I'm not going to waste time with this one. Let's just do it again. I needed to use a different move there. I think the opening is fine, just obviously give everyone double HP. If I do like the Ultra Null, is it not better to like Mind Blast does less damage as well? Potentially. I just want to check these. For God's sake, I left it on Tactician. That was the mistake. Just thinking, is there anything better for Riku here? Yeah, so that's why I'd rather go Hyper Null. Hey Raquel, yes, still no Spheregrid. This may well be quite the wall. Is this real live or live recorded stream? This is live. This is a very real live stream. Okay. So let's just save over this again. Is this the one where I already set up the armors and stuff? I hope so. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to put cutscene remover on, and hopefully it does its job and doesn't break anything. I haven't really been using it very much in recent runs, because obviously, especially this live stream, we've been watching all the scenes, and to be fair, we haven't really got stuck on too much where we've needed like crazy attempts. But this is definitely one fight where I think it's the right call. Oh no, did it break something? What happened there? Why did that happen? Is this Dark Bahamut now? Carified, what happened? Why is it doing that? I think it put you after the fight. Oh, for God's sake, why? Yeah, and now even the shortcut to restart the game is not working. Let me just restart the game. So we'll go blank for a second, but it'll be fine. Yeah, this was a bit too much of a bypass. It's not what I was trying to do. Cutscene removal always just messes with things. Do you know the title of that non-official Final Fantasy X game? No. But I'm just thinking, if that's what cutscene remover is doing, do I have to like load an earlier save? Maybe like leave this area and come back? I don't know. I really need this to work. I'm going to try one more time. If it does the same thing again, then I don't really know. As I say, I've just not really been using it very much, especially since I upgraded my PC and I changed like the motherboard and reinstall Windows again, all that stuff. I just haven't been using this stuff very much. Yeah, I need to figure out how the UNX speedup works, or like, well, more so why it doesn't work on mine. I know how to do it, but... Ah, there you go. Okay. Whew, good. That's a relief. Alright. So. Maybe I just use the overdrive now. I don't think we need the double HP right now. Unless she slaps Riku twice. Let's just do this. Don't mess around. Yeah, this is attempt number 2, but attempt number 1, it was just more of a... It was such a silly early mistake, it was barely a real attempt, but yes, it was. So this is attempt number 2. Stop picking on Riku. Leave her alone. No, for God's sake. Now that we've got cutscene remover working, it's fine. I need to heal. She takes exactly 50%. So once you double your HP, you need to properly heal up. We'll get there. Yeah, okay. So at least we can like quick restart, so that's fine. It does make you more sloppy though, because you're like, I can just restart anyway. Back in the PS2 days, the stakes were high. Like it'd be like, okay, you've got to spend another 10 minutes now to get back into this fight. I need to do exactly what I did last time, just to make sure I don't die here. Okay. You mean by tend to. That's what was going through my mind too. Alright, so it was... Ah yeah, now we need a hyper null. So I want 5 times cheer and 5 times focus. I think it was like a... Was it like... Always forget every single time. 2 weeks is too big a gap for me. If I was doing like weekly streams, I probably wouldn't forget these, but I always bloody forget. There's been a few times I've noted them down in my notes, but they're kind of far back as well. I need to basically note these down before everyone. Yeah, whatever. Okay, let's just do this then. And I think now I kind of want to sprint through the first 4 more quickly, because the Dispelling Slap basically means that you can't put any more buffs on. I gotta also just get myself into the habit of basically always switching weapon to at least try and like pin back as many of the turns as I can. And so now, basically, it's the we have to wait for Riku game, because no one else is really going to do enough damage to make it worth it. So we're going to start to speed it up. Yeah, those crits are pretty nasty, and I don't think there's anything we can do to lower the rate of crits that we receive. We just have to keep an eye on things. Warren's auto potion working well for us here, though. But you can see how many turns being given up here. I think for me, we've got lots of high potions. I'm assuming that he'll survive. Like, it's fine. Let's just see how this goes. Alright, I need to do damage pretty quickly here. This is one where, again, you could play Blitzball and you could come in here with a bunch of Dark Matters, right? Yeah, the miss was embarrassing. And Dark Matters would definitely shorten this fight, so I do think for future attempts there's something I might consider hacking in. I think in terms of ability to do that, we could blitz for Dark Matters, right? It's fair game for this. But I think to go as quick as we can, let's just work on this. Only problem is she's going to be recovering more HP with... I've only got 3 remedies, for God's sake. I should have more. Now I might take Auron out because more HP is going to be recovered with Auron there. Hey Antonio, welcome to stream, good to see you. Yeah, I try to avoid it as much as I can. The whole blitzing thing. It's just as soon as you take Auron out, I'm just scared that you're gonna misjudge it, because basically in this situation here, Absorb will hit Yuna next, and then she has a turn immediately afterwards, and then if that slap hits Yuna afterwards as well, then she dies. So it's just sort of maintaining control of things here. So I'm still gonna wait here. And well, it also charges Riku's overdrive a bit faster, so that's one small benefit, I guess. Look at him go. What a legend. Okay. And well, honestly, 300 damage because of 5 times cheer, that's not nothing. So it'd be nice to have an overdrive to head into the second form with as well. So far, so good. Yeah, those counters are going to add up. Yeah, the counter from Riku was not the best, but it's fine. Yeah, it's kind of a shame. It would have been nice if he had guard. I feel like that's the kind of thing he should have been given, even for no Sphere Grid. Like, not Sentinel, of course, because that one's super, super powerful, but I think guard would have been kind of nice. But obviously easy to say now when obviously you'd benefit greatly from it, potentially. Yeah, now we're a little stuck because Riku's going to have to kind of stay asleep here. I don't want to attack her. It's too dangerous. Let's just do this anyway. Whatever. Okay, that was lucky. It's a bad move by Yunalesca. It's also nice that the auto potion triggers when you drop to 50%. Like, technically his HP is white, but it still triggers. So we're closing in on Form 1 here, and we should have a full overdrive for Form 2 as well. And I think that's where I'd like to try and put in the Mighty War, basically. Because if I have it right, in the second form, I don't think it uses like the physical attack that dispels unless you attack it. I think. I need to have another check of that, but I think that's how it is. Yeah, so basically then the aim of the game is going to be to try and keep our buffs with Auron and Yuna. Riku will lose the buffs because obviously someone has to do something. Someone's got to attack to get the job done. But I think that's reasonable enough. Let's wake her up. Don't think she'd die even from a crit here. Yeah, those Auron counters, he's done like a good 1,500 damage just by himself. I think maybe I play it a little different here. Just trying to think. I'd like to have a turn after she hits the second form. So let me just wait a sec here. Sorry, I'm trying to lock in a little bit here. I might not be reading the chat as much as normal, but I will check in. Basically, before those Hellbiters start coming in, I need to protect myself. 2,400. Yeah, got lucky again there. So I'm just trying to time this at the moment. It might not go well, but it's worth a try. Okay. $1,400 left. Okay. Yeah, ideally I'd want Orin to push her into phase 2. I think that's going to be a bit tough. Yeah, I don't want to give up like the first 2 turns immediately like that. But I think again, because of obviously the auto-haste nature of things, it's a little tough. Because if I use a Mighty Wall now, it's going to be dispelled for like at least a couple of people by the time I get the chance. So I shan't use it now. And if I just push her into phase 2 immediately, she probably opens up with Hellbiter. But I have full HP, so I think I just have to just break through now. And then just see what happens for the second form. So let's do it. Well, I don't have Protect yet, so I was a little worried, and if she does it twice... So I think I had like 54 Holy Waters, and that's obviously going to help me. I'm hoping it's going to be enough, honestly. We're going to be hit with a lot of them. If it's not enough, it's one of those I might have to just hack in 99. Okay. So again, we're just going to stay patient here. Get a Mighty Wall going soon as well. Okay, here we go. So it was red sphere plus a distiller, right? Right. Okay, so that now we're definitely looking much better. But what we can't do, as I say, is attack with anybody else, because she's in this form. She's got a 50% chance of countering with a dispelling slap, and we want to keep our protect and shell if we can help it. Riku's overdrive is going to start to charge a lot more slowly as a result, also. But can't have everything. Hey Lax, good to see you back. Congrats and thank you on the 51 months of membership. Appreciate that. Did not even see what Yunalesca did there. It's a bit dangerous. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of Hellbiter because no one's zombified. It's just going to be a lot of Hellbiter. Which is generally okay. We still need to watch out for Riku though, in terms of her HP. Let's just wait. Nice one. Thank you for the gifted membership as well. Appreciate that. And how fitting that someone with the username Fight Your Sorrow received a membership. That's great. But yeah, I think because of the turns though, we're still getting like hit quite hard here. I think SOS regen might be a good one for this fight. So for Yuna, I was thinking, what could I put? I think SOS regen's probably a good call, honestly. Alright, so as Karifian said, it's probably going to take a while, but I don't really see what we can do other than just go for this. And well, the problem is she loses her protect. So maybe for Riku, auto-protect is also a good one for this fight. So I'm going to make a note of a couple of things that might be useful. SOS regen. Auto-protect for Riku. Because obviously right now, I didn't see if she counted to be honest, but if she did, she's lost her protect status. Yeah, she did. and immediately just makes her more vulnerable. So need to watch out. Probably need more like honestly maybe mega potions as well. The good thing here is that there's no absorb, so she's not going to get HP back. But we're really going to burn through the higher potions and stuff pretty hard. And we have to keep a really razor-sharp eye on Riku's HP. Basically, again, the Dispel counter, if it goes critical, for example, and then there's like a Hellbiter or two afterwards, we might be in trouble. So I didn't get to see how much damage the counter did, so I need to pay attention to that. So let me watch this close. I'm pretty sure it should be okay. Let's have a look. 170. I don't think that was a crit. I think it's easier to tell if it's a crit when you're on normal speed, honestly. Thank you, Cotillionaire, for the 68 months. Crazy. It was, yeah, it didn't seem like a crit to me, but then about 350 or so she needs in reserve. So this is where like having auto protect would have been another layer of security for her. So this one, I mean, let's say this goes critical. She still has 200 HP left, and that should be enough to heal afterwards. Let's see. Okay, so that was a rarity. I believe it's like a 90% chance. If no one's zombified, there's a 90% chance of Hellbiter. So that actually worked out kind of nice. Yeah, this is back to normal services. Yep. Francisco's correct. I think I'll heal Riku now. You got to kind of think a couple steps ahead in that sense, because she's already going to take more damage from Hellbiter, and then it's going to be her turn next. But then if she gets a counterattack and it's a crit at the same time, she could have been potentially taken out, etc. So there's just a lot of layers to it. But you can do nice big chunks of damage with the Shining Gem here. And it's just another interesting kind of thing of the mechanics in the CTB, where you guys saw at the start of the fight, and well, you can see it on any given situation that Yunalesca gets so many more turns than you do. But if you play around with using items or switching weapons, like the whole attack rank thing, you can still balance it to some extent, of course. Like, you're literally so much faster. Oh, well, that worked out rather well. Yeah, so like it can really help you to level the playing field. If obviously all you do is attack, or you do like some bigger moves, then yes, you're going to suffer. But since two of my characters can mostly just switch weapons, and Riku gets to use a rank 2 when she throws items, she only loses 2 turns here, for example. And yeah, Yunalesca really did throw us a bone there, I have to say. But it's always, I feel like every fight you do against Yunalesca is always about staying focused. Like, for example, you could have, I don't know, 333 HP, and you have a mental lapse, and you just toss like a shining gem. Yunalesca survives and then counters you, and it goes critical and does 340 damage, and then suddenly, like, it might be game over for you. So you just always have to stay on your toes. So I always find it's a tough one to live stream for that reason. But that regen was clutch. The overdrive filling is very slow though. Can we legitimately mix a sunburst at this point? Without like the underdog secrets? Let's say you didn't have that. Like, could you have got it from the monster arena, like stolen something or unlocked something that gives you a sunburst? It's attempt 3. I had 2 incredibly early screw-ups. I would call this the first real attempt, but technically it's attempt 3. So I think, again, we've got enough. We can be hit with the counter and then the Hellbite afterwards. That's fine. So yeah, I do have the 3 stars. Which is nice. Nice. Yeah, I feel like any attempt where I die like within the first like 2% of the fight by doing something stupid, it never feels like I actually tried. It just ends so quickly and in such a stupid way. Just keep waiting here. But you can see with that regen, you're basically able to keep up. Just one less high potion to be used. Now, I think we're 2 away. Just over 2 away. But again, I can't use Auron to finish the job. Because he will lose his... Actually, if Auron does the final blow, which he won't be able to again anyway. Nah, I could engineer that actually. If he delivers the final blow, then it automatically transitions into the next phase. And you get Mega Death and no counter, right? Alright, let's still hang tight for now. It's definitely a part of the fight where you do want to try and slow things down. Just really negotiate this. Now, let's have a look at the situation. What we have is this. I think this is where we have to let Auron get deliberately poisoned. Not poisoned. Zombified. I guess switching him to a Confuse Ward might have been kind of nice, but I kind of forgot. Yeah, basically I have to have him in zombie, otherwise obviously Mega Death kills me. And especially with all the buffs and stuff that he has, I'm not sure that's a smart move. I only customized 1 for now. I didn't have slots for Riku, so this is why I never thought I'd be able to win on the first attempt, because I think ideally Riku needs a Confuse Ward as well. I'm just thinking, if we do this and Auron still dies, basically if we just revive him after every... after every Mega Death, does he still have enough that it's still worth it because of his auto potion and all that stuff? just thinking, like, he'd be revived. He'd have, like, I don't know, 516, 17 HP or whatever. No, it'd be more than that. It'd be like 567 or whatever it is. Then he'd get hit by Hellbiter, which he wouldn't die from. And then would auto potion kick in and then give him the HP that he needs. Because I'm just thinking the other alternative is him just constantly juggling between trying to be zombified and not. And I feel like with Auron and how slow he is, that's a bit of a dangerous and maybe impossible game to play. But I think in any case, we've got to try something. I think I should have made a secondary armor for him to switch to. Because obviously you could sacrifice a character, you could bring someone else in and let them die from Megadeath. But I think the problem again would be that you'd never be able to get them back out again. So that would be the trouble. So I think for this first kind of attempt, having made it this far, I think it's worth experimenting a little bit with letting ourselves get zombified. So let's start with that. And we'll see if it ends up going really badly, then we'll maybe change it up. I still think we're a bit ill-equipped to survive the final form. Okay, so let's use another one. Especially while we've got the regen as well, we should just get a move on. Okay, Auron is in zombie. Get Yuna's HP up before the transition. Oh no. That's another one of the big dangers, but I think Auron still survives that because he's got Shell. Obviously, when there's more people zombified, the chances of Cura happening are higher. Now, trouble is in third form, if someone's zombified, then the chance of Curaga happening are higher, and Auron would die from Curaga. So that's another dangerous game. What we'll do... Hold on. I still have something more. There's one more thing I could do. I mean, this would end up healing Yunalesca. Obviously, the Curaga would bounce back and heal her. But it would keep Auron alive. Because I'm just thinking he can't survive. True, he's back to 1030 actually. His default HP. What do we do here? Let me think. I think what I can do is still maybe put defenses back up for Riku, because the next hit she's not going to be countered, at least like for the start of the next form. She'll be able to have some defenses just until we try to stabilize a little bit somehow. Works the overdrive just a little more as well. I still think this is going to end badly once we get to the third form, but it's fine. The fact that we can get to this relatively comfortably, I think is already a good sign. Now, we have zombie proof. Ideally, obviously, it'd be nice to have some kind of death protection there, right? But you can't have that right now. She does have a confuse ward here as an extra. That's nice. So what we're going to do, again, we're just kind of prepping here. We're not quite ready yet. I don't think it's going to matter in the end. We'll probably still get wrecked, but I just want to get everybody up to max HP before we make the final push. Okay. Yeah, that sucks. This time it was bad because we need him zombified. Shit. Yeah, that was not good. What is going on? What is she doing? Crap. Yeah, we can't do anything. We can't do anything yet because they're not zombified. We have to wait for a Hellbiter. Yeah, she literally sussed me out. What the hell? I think we just have to wait a little more here. There it is, finally. Oof. Is there any value in switching him back to this now? Because he's not going to automatically heal himself until the next turn, right? I don't even know how that works. If I already have zombie and I switch to this, it basically, like, because he already has it, let's say he gets hit with Hellbiter again, then does the thing trigger? I'm not sure. Let's Holy Water again here. Surely we're going to get hit with the Hellbiter. I'm just trying to stop him from getting like too much excess damage, if I can help it. This is that regen really messed me up badly. Oh no. Okay. Oh. If only that triggered, like, as in the first one she did ran out and then it triggered, it would have been perfect. Alright. So, let's enter the next phase. We've got 2 zombies and a death proof. Let's make sure I haven't messed this up. Yeah. What we don't have is confusion protection. So I think we just got to go for this. We need to just see how it's going to work. We need to do like 600 damage so we can save. It doesn't take away from like the next form anyway, so we can just finish it here. Alright, let's do it. This is probably where this attempt is going to end. Very soon. But getting to the 3rd phase on attempt 3, having not done anything yet in terms of trying to hack in extra like armors or like crazy items or anything like that, I think so far it's good. But the first Mega Death is like you can spend a lot of time preparing yourself for, so it kind of, you can get this bit to run smooth, but then things really start to fall apart very quickly. So, hold on. I've got the old notepad out here. Just make sure I got this right. Okay. So now we really got to pull out all the stops to end this as quickly as possible. Yep, that's instantly that's one of the big dangers there, and there's very little you can do. If you're trying to use zombie to protect yourself, there's very little you can do there. Crap. them off. Mind Blast is coming up next. So Yuna's basically done. We're not going to be able to do anything here. And this is where I'm like, it would be nice if we had Dark Matters instead. Literally does more than double the damage. I think 5 Dark Matters would be enough to win the fight. Just have to hold on for that long. But I'm just like, again, here, if I try to revive Yuna, what's the point? So I think this is where it starts to get out of hand. Of course, that was a crit. So Mind Blast should be coming now, yep. 50% chance of confusion. You roll the dice here. Okay. Hellbiter. That's going to knock you out of confusion anyway, which is good. Okay. Now, after this one, it should be Megadeth again. So you kind of don't have a choice. You just have to try and see if you can survive long enough. Honestly, if Auron didn't get hit with regen, it would have made life so much better. Yeah. This is trouble because obviously I want to keep attacking with Riku. But we're in a very dangerous phase here where she'll basically get killed by the counter plus Hellbiter still to come. So I can't really do much for Auron right now. And I need to try and keep Riku alive. She does have regen, which maybe is enough. So Megadeth is coming next. I think I've got no choice but to hang tight and wait here. Okay, here we go. It's another. Just losing Riku, Yuna that early was also shit. Like, if that was a Hellbiter instead, or something else happened, it would have been perfect. So I do think, like, again, it's... feels like it could be there. Yeah, her crit rate is really annoying. She has, like, a crit bonus, I believe. Oh, Riku's regen ran out. No, it ran out at such a bad time. That sucks. That sucks. It ran out at a horrible time. That's such a shame. Shit. Yeah, this fight is done. I think when you get yourself into this position, I don't think you can come back from this. Yeah, of course we can Mega Phoenix, but I don't think it makes a difference here. I think you're cooked. We need to get lucky and she does a Curaga or a regen maybe. We can survive one. Oh, it's Mind Blast next anyway, that's what I mean. Oh, yeah, that third form's really bad. Okay, but I would say that was our first true attempt. I think that went rather well, honestly. I think we're doing alright. We're ahead of the curve. I think I need to kind of sit back and think what else can I do, because one nice thing we have is that we have an extra option here that we can make use of. And I think one of the main things, obviously, one of the absolute crappiest aspects of this is that this is all Riku has. I think if Riku had just like one really nice armor that we could use, I think that would already make a huge difference. So I'm pretty optimistic. I think in the next session we can get this. I might need to do a little bit of work beforehand, make a few preparations, but I think we can do this. So it's actually kind of perfect timing because it's literally just hit 5 o'clock, which is when I was scheduled to stop anyway. So I think that's exactly what I'll do. I will stop it here. Thank you guys for joining me for another live session, and I will hopefully be back in a couple of weeks to do this all again, and hopefully we will find a way past Lady Yunalesca and make our way beyond into the airship region. And then I think Overdrive Sin basically is like the big looming impossibility, potentially. I think Coryphean had said something like Overdrive Sin's probably impossible. So we'll have to see. But Yunalesca first, just because we made it to the third form doesn't mean we're by any means guaranteed a win. So we'll just have to see how it goes. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, he's called Overdrive Sin impossible without Trio. Okay. I would love to prove him wrong, but he's a very difficult man to prove wrong when it comes to Final Fantasy X, but we shall see. In any case, see you guys. Thank you for watching. Take care.